Hi there, students. To thumb through, to glance through, to flick through, to flip through, to leaf through. Okay, all these phrasal verbs have the same meaning of looking at a magazine or a newspaper or something like this, but quickly and superficially turning through it from page to page as if with your finger or your thumb. You're just flipping through it, you're leafing through page to page. You know this typical idea of the dentist's waiting room, where you go and you sit down and you've nothing to do, and there are these magazines that you're not really very interested in, but you're nervous about going to see the dentist, and you just leaf through them, you thumb through them, you flick through them. Okay, so you're looking at it, but you're not reading it very carefully. You're not looking at it with in any great depth. Okay, so it's to look at something quickly and without reading it in depth. Maybe you read just little bits of it. So I went into the bookshop and started thumbing through one or two of the books that looked quite interesting. I gave my proposal to my boss, and he flicked through it and then said that at first glance it was not going to be approved. Okay, I flipped through the directory to find this person's number. Okay, so you're looking at something, but not in great depth. Yeah, I was flipping through the magazine when I spotted an article about English teachers. Yeah, to leaf through something. You leaf through a book. You leaf through some sort of reading material, casually turning the pages, but you're not scrutinizing it. You're not really looking at it. So yeah, I sat there leafing through various catalogues, but not really with any great interest. Okay, so you're leafing through something. On a Sunday morning, I buy the newspaper and I sit there leafing through it while I have my breakfast. So this is to read casually, to read informally. This is to read without paying close attention. So I flipped through and I only looked at the advertisements. I've had time to flick through your manuscript, and it looks okay, but I need to read it properly and fully. Yeah, this is a casual reading without paying close attention. So I was glancing through a magazine until the receptionist called out my name. Okay, I'm going to glance through it and see if there's anything that hits me at first sight. Okay, so you're thumbing through something, you're turning the pages, but you're only reading little bits of it. I haven't read your report thoroughly, but I did thumb through it quickly while I was eating breakfast this morning. Yeah, so there's got this idea of superficiality to it. That you're not doing it in depth. Yeah, thumbing through a magazine while you're waiting, or you could thumb through a book. You're turning the pages quickly. You're not carefully reading each page. You're just looking for something that jumps out at you and something that you see very clearly. Okay, so yeah, I was thumbing through this magazine while I was waiting. To thumb through something. If you go to the newsstand and start thumbing through the magazines, you'll probably find the vendor starts to get rather angry with you. He thumbed through a couple of pages and pretended to be interested, but no. I opened the drawer and thumbed through the files to see if I could find the one that I was looking for. So she was thumbing through the magazine. I was thumbing through my address book to see if there was anybody who I knew who might be interested in this. I began thumbing through the pages of a gardening catalogue. Okay, so yeah, thumbing through pages of some magazines can always be something that can be quite fun. I kept thumbing through the book and writing little notes from time to time. Notice, thumb through it, leaf through it, flip through it. So all of these are inseparable phrasal verbs, which is unusual in itself. And I think they're all transitive. Okay, so I flipped through it, I thumbed through it. Formality. I think I'm going to give it a 4 in formality. Use informally in a semi-formal conversation, semi-formal writing, but stop there. So, to thumb through, to leaf through, to flick through, to flip through. Yeah, to go through. I think maybe even to skim through as well.